Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in the playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 3. In between this and the previous episode, I took a couple of hours and indeed went through the very interesting game manual that was included with the on the disc that contains this Metal Gear Solid HD collection. Which I'm playing this game from. It really was like a game manual like in the old times. That was like almost more pre-fun, so to say, to read the manual and then only go into the game. Yeah, as it was in the old days when you really had like physical manuals. So that was really fun, and I actually did find quite some interesting gameplay mechanics that I either forgot or was not aware of. One of them apparently is that Snake can dive into the water. I don't really see it happening here. I was hoping he would really do like a swan dive. That's not really happening. Let's get the goodies over there. But another thing. There were some boxes here, right? Yes. Another way more important thing I found is I must correct myself, in the earlier episodes I was lamenting a bit like, yeah, okay, it's annoying if you don't want to play lethally. You only have like your a dart pistol and guards if you really want to explore the areas, because I do want to find all the collectibles, which mostly consists of like little frogs. Each area contains a frog and sometimes they're pretty hard to find. So I was lamenting a bit like, yeah, but then they wake up and you have to shoot them again, and also if you knock them down they get up quite quickly, especially on this difficulty level, the hardest difficulty level. Then they wake up quicker than on the easier ones. God damn it, am I fully full? But anyways, also, so when knocking them out, so regardless of whether you tranquilize an enemy or you knock them to the ground. But what I totally forgot is that you actually can just sneak up to an enemy and raise your gun close to them. And then for one you can hold them up and they will either, will give their contents, like goodies, like a ration meal or some ammunition. But more importantly, you can also then choke them, or you can choke hold them, throw them to the ground without actually knocking them unconscious. Then again hold them up. And once they're on the ground and you hold them up, they will stay there indefinitely unless they are discovered by another enemy guy. Or I think when the alert goes off. And possibly not even then. So that really opens up a lot of possibilities with exploring. Because then I don't need to continuously mind people's waking up or coming by. So that whole holding up on the ground and having them lay down there indefinitely is like amazing. By the way, check out, I'm going out of here because these leeches are absolutely killing me. My stamina is totally down the drain, so let's unequip the silencer, otherwise it will just deteriorate. Let's oh shit, nope, holy shit. get some food. And there were quite some other items. I made notes. And I will check out some other little nuances in the gameplay mechanics. And then we will continue ahead. Let's do some curing. Get rid of those freaking leeches. Where is my cigar? Here it is. Oh, by the way, there was also over here. I'm gonna check about that. There's this X-ray thing. You can use see your clinical records, medical history. This is also something I found. And the food history. So that's pretty funny. And there was also one second. Here, this button. Here you can open up the X-ray viewer. Ah, you actually see the leech. Nice piece of detail. There the leech is in his thigh or his buttocks. So this is something that is pretty cool. Let's get that leech. So we're good to go. Let's get some food. Also still something I have to try is to either throw rotten food or a snake to enemies. You can get rid of them that way as well. Or live animals or rotten food which they eat. Rats. We already ate rats, so let's eat a bit more. Reticulated python. Let's quickly ask whether we can get any food tips. That was also in the manual. Really like get information from the codec, because it is besides being fun, there can also be like handy tips and tricks.
Wow, you caught a coral snake. The coral snake is a venomous snake that originally hails from the Americas. Its venom is a very potent neurotoxin, so don't let it bite you. If you do get bitten, go into the survival viewer right away and use Cure to neutralize the poison with a serum injection. The colorful red and black patterns on the coral snake are a warning sign. Apparently, the bright flashy colors and pattern let other animals know that it carries a deadly poison that keeps them from attacking. There are many animals that mimic the colors of known poisonous animals as a defense. See, by mimicking other poisonous creatures, they increase their chances of survival. There is another non-poisonous snake called the milk snake that borrows its coloring from the coral snake.
Uh-huh.
You're not even listening, are you?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about something you're interested in then.
The taste?
Yes. It says here that coral snakes are pretty good in a snaky kind of way.
A snaky kind of way, huh?
Alright, so that is...
I see you've caught a coral snake. I mean, a milk snake. The milk snake closely resembles the coral snake, but it's actually not venomous. Even so, you'll still take damage if it bites you, so don't get too close.
So is there a way to tell the difference between a milk snake and a coral snake?
It's pretty difficult. They really do look almost exactly alike. I guess if I had to pick something, I'd say it's that the milk snake is much less aggressive.
Okay.
Ah, I just thought of a better way. You're going to love this.
What?
Eat it.
Eat it?
Yeah. The guide says milk snakes don't taste very good.
Is that right? But if I've already caught and eaten it, what does it matter which kind of snake it was?
It doesn't, does it? Shoot, I thought I had a good idea.
Alright. Let's see, maybe
By the way,
last
Snake.
one.
What?
You know the Ocelot unit commander?
Ocelot?
Yeah, that's not his real name, is it?
I wouldn't think so.
Is it a code name?
You mean like Snake?
Yeah.
Maybe. Why? Is that strange?
No, I was just wondering why he's called Ocelot.
Why's that?
Well, I looked it up, and it turns out the ocelot is a wild cat whose habitat stretches from the southern U.S. down to northern Argentina. They live in a variety of different environments, from tropical rainforests to savannas. The biggest ones can grow up to 1 meter in length. They're normally solitary creatures, and their diet consists mainly of small animals and fish. During the day, they sleep up in the trees, but at night...
Yeah, paramedic.
Oh, right. So the ocelot is an animal that lives on the American continent. But then I wondered, why would a Soviet officer be using the name of an American wildcat?
Good question. Maybe it's because he's fast and agile like an ocelot.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But why'd you go to all the trouble of looking it up?
Because I was curious. Was it helpful?
Sure.
Alright, that was that. I am just quickly reading my notes, but yeah, they're quite so on the tips I got from the manual, and they are, yeah, for playing actually pretty handy to know. But yeah, I will not go through them all. It's not fun to listen to. But for instance, the rolling mechanic, you can really jump over pits with it, like those booby traps in this area where we are now, for instance. One second. Yeah, the L2 and the R2 buttons can move you along walls when you're hugging the walls. That's pretty handy. Also the D-pad left and right when you're like in prone, like crawling, you will actually move left and right without turning. And if you use the thumbstick, you actually always turn. So that's really an easy improvement of life mechanic, because I was always messing about a bit with getting into tight spaces. You can not only knock against walls but also against trees. You can hide in lockers. The stalking mechanic, D-pad to walk. So actually you can walk fast, you can walk slow, but you can also walk really slow, and that is really handy. I didn't use it that much, but when trying to ambush enemies, yeah, then I really should make more use of that, because it's totally silent and I'm getting caught out too often for my taste. Alright, one I'm going to cross off. We just did that X-ray in the cure menu. There's like that X-ray thing. Yeah, for now it is more or less it. Yeah, there's also one mechanic that I totally misunderstood, and that is when choke holding an enemy, you can actually interrogate them. And I thought it was pressing the left thumbstick, but they didn't really say that much. And that is because apparently it is not pressing the thumbstick, it is actually holding the thumbstick. Come on, can we... Alright, nice. We already saw that, I think that clip of him eating the snake in a previous episode. Alright. So we're good to go, I think. Maybe see if... I wonder, did I... die here yesterday. No, you always start at the start of an area where your last save was. It doesn't really remember your progress in that last area, I think. So I don't remember whether in the previous episodes I already did, like, I do think I did some Major Zero codex, which then will probably not have been saved, and the game will probably play them now for a second time.
That swamp seems pretty deep. It's probably deep enough to dive underwater and swim around. Press the crawl button when you're swimming on the surface to dive underwater. The controls when you're underwater are quite different from when you're on land. The left stick controls the direction you're facing. Press up, down.
Yeah, we already heard this one the last
Snake,
time.
you'll be helpless if a crocodile attacks you in the water. You can't see behind you when you're swimming. So if you're in...
This one as well.
Major, tell me a little bit more about the space race.
In 1957, the Soviet Union succeeded in launching their first artificial satellite, Sputnik, into orbit.
We heard
Having
this
been
one
beaten
as
to
well,
the chase
if I'm
by
not
the Soviets,
mistaken.
the US government accelerated its own space program. Snake, making it harder for the enemy to spot you isn't the only advantage to maintaining a high camo index.
Also
The harder you are to
get
distinguish
shots.
from your surroundings, the harder you are to hit.
Yeah, we already heard all
Snake,
of
this
these.
is a solo sneaking operation. There are no medics there to assist you. You'll have to treat your own injuries. Are we clear?
I had a little bit of training, but I'm no doctor.
That's where I come in. To treat an injury, first press the start button to open the survival viewer. Then...
Yes, there's a lot of repetition, so I'm now quickly going through them. So they don't pop up going forward. Alright, enough for now. There's also one other thing I read in the manual. By the way, I'm going to read all the manuals, if there are any, for the other Metal Gear games I will be playing. Because it really gives you a better understanding of what you can and you cannot do in the game. Of course, there's also a lot available online, like in forum posts, but nothing beats it, in my view, to actually have it come from the developer, or at least be certified by the developer. And then I'm talking, of course, about just curious whether there's something here. Maybe there are goodies. Yeah, so the actual semi-official actually slowly but surely getting the hang of this swimming mechanic. I really didn't have that at first. But yeah, a manual, I really like... Oh shit, again the wrong button. I really like it. Alright, one down. Nothing much going on over here. By the way, let's also... We do still have to retake the books over there, because when... Yeah, I don't remember whether I died yesterday or whether I simply quit without saving. No, I think I died by a crocodile. So I have to pick up still that camo over there. I think it was face paint or something. And also explore the other area still a bit. But what I did not yet do, I was postponing, was getting into here. Because that's actually, I'm always afraid, yeah, I won't be doing it, that a cutscene will trigger and that I won't be able to get back anymore. And the reason why I want to avoid that is because I still have to find the frog in this area. So let's just first do that and then we can check over there. Swimming actually goes pretty well, I must say. Holy shit. That is the crocodile that actually killed me before. See if we can get a fish. Ah, I cannot use my knife in the water, which is pretty weird. But okay. Alright. Little froggy, where the heck are you? Oh, we can also test out, by the way, the roll mechanic, because there are booby traps here. Last episode I really almost got caught out by it. There it is. So I will be just running and I will roll over it. Woohoo! That goes pretty good. I mean, that's what happens if you stand on it. There's actually, I don't really see spikes, it's just water. I don't really understand why this would be lethal, but I'm not gonna try it. Alright, that's the way to the camo. Oh shit, I need to really eat something and cure those leeches.
That's tasty.
Alright, that was super tasty. Now we have to get that thing over there, but first also try and get that freaking froggy. I don't really see it. Maybe over here, but this probably also loads in another area. Yes. Ah, there's actually a building of... no, it's not a building. Alright, I'm not going over there now. Let's first get that thingy. Here we go. Right, maybe the froggy is somewhere over here. we're on top. I have to hold down. That's also what I read in the manual. Yesterday it worked as well, but I just had like luck pressing the action button while nearing the lower rope, but that actually is the way to do it. So those little things really take the guessing out of your game, and I, at least speaking for myself, I then enjoy it much more. So I really recommend people reading manuals. For instance, also what I read about this croc cap, I was also already expecting it, but that croc cap actually, if you are submerged yourself and you have the croc cap on, then you will not be noticed by enemies. They will not see you as an intruder. So that are all nice little touches. But the main one, of course, is that whole holding up and being able to indefinitely incapacitate enemies in a non-lethal manner. That is amazing. Right, what do we have? Man, those leeches are annoying. But to be totally frank, what I find even more annoying is that I cannot find the frog. How hard can it be to hide a frog? There are not that many nooks and crannies over here. Alright, I am saving the game. Oh no, let's first get those leeches off. Let's save the game, because I don't want to die by those crocs again and then start over to get that camo on that little via those ropes again. That's quite time consuming. So let's save it here, then I will leave the area, return to the area, and then we should be good.
You want to save?
Yes, please, paramedic. Already played like 9 hours or something, and we are really, I think, still, we haven't even encountered our first boss yet.
Snake, have you ever seen
That's
the
what
War
I
of the
mean,
Worlds?
a deep playthrough.
No.
These flying saucers from Mars arrive on Earth disguised as meteorites. The saucers use their heat rays to attack the nearby towns. And then,
Something wrong?
The thing is, I was too scared to watch. I had my eyes shut almost the whole time.
Then you haven't seen it.
No, it's not that. It's based on a novel by H.G. Wells.
You haven't seen it, have you?
That does remind me, though. When I was 2 years old, my father listened to the radio drama version of the story. It was right after dinner on Sunday, and we were relaxing in the living room. They said monsters had come out of a meteorite that landed in New Jersey. It sounded just like a real live news broadcast. My father said he and my older brother actually believed it and started yelling and panicking. My mother supposedly grabbed me from my crib and took me out to the car, still wrapped up in blankets. But then, just as my dad was about to start the car, he realized that it was all just a radio drama. Because on the car's radio, they were playing Bing Crosby tunes. No matter what station he turned to, no one else seemed to be reporting on this big history-making news story.
Sounds like something out of the big broadcast.
Nobody said a word. We all went back to our rooms. My father and brother got off with a scolding from my mother, but I was the one who really suffered. After that incident, every time I acted up, my father and brother would scare me by saying, "The Martians are coming!"
That's terrible.
Isn't it, though?
So, you haven't seen the movie?
I saw it. So even nuclear weapons wouldn't work against the Martian war machines.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Snake, if you conceal yourself like the Martians did, the enemy won't know what hit them.
Conceal myself.
Maybe not in a meteorite, but if you can hide yourself inside something a little more close at hand.
Close at hand.
Something like a box.
Ah, I get it. So, you never saw the movie?
I saw it, all right?
So funny, in the earlier episodes it was commented on that her nickname was Quack. And indeed, she can babble on endlessly. Quacking on. But she was hinting at the cardboard box. We did save, right? Yes. Let's also see if we get some comments on that box. That's pretty funny. Here it is. Alright, and now let's do a codec call to paramedics.
Snake, that's the home to the Otten frog.
Oh.
The Otten frog is a large, corpulent species of frog. They're known as a delicacy, so it might be worth catching them for food. The Otten frog was originally found only on Amami Oshima in Japan. Frogs usually have 4 toes on their front legs, but the Otten frog is unique in that it has 5.
Got it. By the way, you said they were known as a delicacy, right?
Right.
So that means they must taste pretty good, huh?
I guess so. I hear that in Japan, Otten frog sashimi and sukiyaki are popular dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Japan, huh? That place is starting to sound better and better.
Right, let's see
Snake, be
if
careful.
anybody
The
comments
way
on
to
the
change
box.
between standing, crouching, and crawling has changed slightly from the methods learned in training. When standing, press the crawl button briefly to crouch, and press and...
Alright, we already heard that one. Nobody's commenting on the box, goddammit.
You know that army motorcycle that Eva was riding? That's a replica of a German model.
A replica?
Yeah. After World War II, the Soviets confiscated an entire assembly line from a German motorcycle factory, machines and all.
And then they took it back with them and started producing replicas?
Exactly. Originally, that motorcycle was designed to be used with a sidecar attached. That means it's got enough power to drag a 200-plus pound sidecar around.
So that's how she could pull off all those crazy stunts.
Uh-huh. Of course, it takes a lot of skill to be able to control that much power. That Eva chick is something else.
Alright, nobody commenting on our cool box mechanic. How the hell do we get out? Like so. But anyways, about the crouch mechanic, that's also something I read in the manual. Normally I go to crouch and then left stick forwards will make you go crawling. but you can actually also just walk and hold X, and then you will immediately get to crawling. And also, indeed, if you're running and you do that, you first do a roll and then you immediately crawl. If you only press it, you do a roll and you are like normal. So that is all good to know. I'm now actually really... Yeah, there's still one thing I don't really understand. I'm now crouched, and if I hold X now, it's supposed to go to crawling, but he stands up. So that really doesn't work. So if you crouch and you hold X, he stands up. That's the same as pressing it. I'm now really like practicing what I read. Sorry, I will have to make a small correction on my note. 1 second. Here, I noted it down. Can also go from crouch to crawl by holding X instead of pushing the left stick, but that's not true. I just tested it. So let's do a strike through. Almost there. Sorry guys. It's just that I have spent yeah, just used so much time going through not only the manual in the main menu, but also in the games menu. There are also like game mechanics explained. So that's why I'm spending a bit of time now on actually practicing what was preached. And also let's check out this. Yeah, no, this also really... Let's see. It said if you're in intrusion view, like this is intrusion view, and then if I do the left stick you just turn around, but supposedly if you do the D-pad left and right, you go left and right without turning. Yes, this is a really handy one, I think. As well, for when you're in a bind, it can, otherwise you're like making little weird figure eights movements, and you can also just do D-pad. So that's good to know. Anyhow, oh yeah, I wanted to get out of here and get back in, so that the save really, that if I die now by a crocodile, if I get back in, that it remembers everything I have on my body. Like that crocodile cap that we just picked up, for instance. So now we should be good to go. Now the next objective really is getting that freaking frog. They are really tiny. Probably I'm just, it could very well be that you are already seeing it in the video. To anyone, if there's anybody watching, talking to you guys. It could be you are seeing it on the video and I'm simply overlooking it. But then again, my... Ah, So that was the dive actually. So that dive also really works. Holy shit, I hardly have stamina. Alright, and I really have to watch out for this croc over here, because that's the one that killed me earlier. But on the... froggy, the only thing I can say is that, let's by the way do a little bit of fishing. Where was that fish? There was a fish over here. Holy shit. Was out of air. Ah, there's the fish. There we go. Very nice. But on the froggy thing, I'm not the best at, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but then my plan B always kicks in motion, and that is perseverance wins the day. So I'm just gonna go on until I find the bugger. That really helped me out on more than one occasion. Just hang in there, eventually it will work out. Alright, anyways, let's get, again, this is a bit annoying from this part, all these annoying leeches. And let's ask paramedic on the fish. This first fish we found.
I see you've caught yourself an arowana. The arowana is an ancient fish that lives in tropical freshwater areas. Because of its large size, I don't think you'll be able to capture one alive. Ancient fish like the arowana are living fossils. They've hardly changed their form since the Devonian and Jurassic periods. Other ancient fish besides the arowana include the coelacanth, the starlet, and the knifefish. Almost all organisms on Earth have evolved in various shapes and forms, but these fish have kept the same form for hundreds of millions of years. Baffling, isn't it?
Sure.
Well, I can see you're not interested.
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ancient fish.
Why?
They're supposed to be huge, aren't they?
You're wondering whether they'd make a good meal.
Yeah. So, do they?
The guide says they taste just fine for a fish.
Great.
Alright, let's eat the fish. Alright, first little movie of Snake eating a fish. Come on, Snake, kill it first. This is animal cruelty. Needless animal cruelty. What's also pretty funny is like, for instance, these mushrooms, Snake really doesn't like them. Apparently, if you eat them often enough, he will actually develop a taste for it and start to like stuff he didn't like before. There are all kinds of these little weird mechanics in this game. It's really funny. Alright, I think I must really watch out to not step into that thing over here. Last time I saw what looked to be a bit like spikes. And now don't see anything in that pit. So there was, by the way, when we got into the water, Snake did make like a diving motion. That was pretty funny. Anywho. I think that the frog may be only visible if I'm on the tree. Right, let's take a good look around. What angles can I now see that I cannot see while on the ground? Man, it really must be. That's also something that I read online. Each and every area has a keratin frog. That are the collectibles. Even the ones with boss fights, where you have like chases and stuff, all of them have a keratin. And I must have found this one earlier as well, because I did play this game also with the intention of getting all the frogs back, I think in 2016 or something. And that save game of 3 years ago was farther ahead than where I am now in the game. I don't see it. Let's get down. You can, by the way, also aim your... You can push up over here and you can get back up, and you can even aim your weapon while hanging down. Super handy. Trying to holster it. Yes, that worked. Also cool how Snake's left leg rises to keep like his balanced posture. What's also pretty funny is that stamina is pretty important. It determines regenerate, it determines hand trembling when you're like, you want to take a shot. Wait, let's try the other way around for a change. Maybe then I can find the frog. But stamina, it influences quite some mechanics. It's an important stat. But it's... It's influenced itself, its rate of decreasing is influenced by game actions as well. It will decrease less quickly if you're like walking instead of running, or if you're like crawling that all has like different levels of stamina consumption. Let's see what happens if the grip gauge runs out. I mean, we can make this drop. Oh, no, no. Go there. Alright, not much. I thought maybe there would be like a cool animation. But it really doesn't help with the frog hunt. I was thinking maybe the frog was on like one of those trees, but like being placed in plain sight but high up. I don't see it. And also what, of course, this game, it's an old game, but it's like the HD collection. It's pretty low res, far away landscape, like the mountains in the distance. But I find they do a really believable and good job with hiding that with that fog, that moisty, humid air over here in this swamp land. Really well done. It's just really simple solution, but really believably done, or nuanced. It's not overdone, but it for sure hides the distance well enough. Alright, I really don't see, besides me babbling, I'm actually also trying to look around, but I really don't see the frog. I do find it weird that Snake cannot use Snake can't use his knife underwater. But what was I babbling about actually? I don't even remember. I'm also using this area, what I'm doing now, partly as training, also really getting better to grips with the speed of movement. It really needs a bit of getting used to again. I would like to do that here instead of like a super frustrating upcoming boss fight or something. And I was also planning on saying something else, but I simply... Ah, what's this? Ah, a uniform. Very nice. We have a new uniform. Let's check it out. I also wanted to tell something else, but I forgot. We have a gecko. What does that do? Olive... Nope. Gecko. Wearing it enables you to hear Keratin's calling. Ah, that's this one. Yeah, no, I am going to unequip that for sure. Because, to be quite honest, that is simply like cheating, I would say. I want to find those geckos by myself, but what I think I wanted to say is whether or not it could be that the Keratin, the frog, actually is underwater. think that could well be. Snake can use his weapon underwater. So I think that's the next step. Let's do that. Let's explore better underwater. It will be annoying with all the leeches, but it is what it is. Let's do a cure. Can we also go like... That's also pretty funny. Let's just go in. Normally if you go swimming, you take off your clothes. Can he also not wear anything? Yeah, naked. That's possible actually. Alright, let's do that for the believability. What is black? That's also pretty cool. Yes, that's a pretty damn cool uniform. Let's go like so. Oh, and we also have to eat to be able to stay underwater.
I'm gonna puke. Pretty tasty.
Alright, I'm leaving those rations for possible boss fights that are coming up. And again, I'm looking to the branches. Be over here. I really think it's somewhere over here. The problem is you can really stay submerged only for so long. Nothing here, right? Is there something over there? Nope. God damn it, where is that frog? I'm not using that camo so you can hear them, because if I start doing that, then the challenge really is gone completely. Ah, I see it! Nice! Holy shit, that one was hidden quite well, I must say. Damn it. That one really was hidden well. I mean, come on. That one was crazy well hidden. Right? I mean, that was... I think a lot of people were stuck on this one. Let's eat a bit.
Hey, this works.
They're actually pretty cool. They're super fun. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get ahead. I'm happy I found it. This is what I mean with like a sense of accomplishment. Like trying or actually succeeding in stuff on your own. Without... In modern games, for sure, there would have been a big HUD marker straight up directing you to where you need to go. And that's not in this game. That's why it's such a cool game. There's only one drawback I find. In game, I find that the graphics hold up amazingly well, like 16 years after release. But what I saw from the YouTube footage, the YouTube really like the 720p encoding or whatever YouTube does with the source upload. That really wasn't that good quality. It was really blocky and grainy or fuzzy. So I hope that I saw those first two uploads. I checked them really briefly after they were completed processing. So maybe it will improve a bit with some more processing on YouTube's end. But I can say that actually compared to what I saw of this footage on YouTube, in game it looks way better. So that's something I'm sharing. Also see what happens when you shoot in the water. We get like ripples. Yes. And this is what I mean. This is all done on the... This was all possible on the PlayStation 2. And that is like way back. That was not the PlayStation 4, not the PlayStation 3 that were supposed to be the powerhouses. It was all back on the PlayStation 2. That's just amazing. And also the HD collection, which I'm playing now, that was re-released on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Even this game, the Metal Gear Solid 2 is also on this disc. That really didn't, that was an older game, that was before this game. So I think maybe early 2000s or something. But even this game, 16 years old, could still get like the frame rates in certain sections of like the next generation consoles, like to 40ish or maybe 30 even. So that is pretty amazing. That how much they cramped in this game with the limited hardware capabilities of like the of like the PlayStation 2. Apparently the resolution was a bit lower. It was like 512 or something and then upscaled to 486/40 or something. Not really sure, but it's around the 500 pixels wide, I think. But I must say this remaster or the HD version I think there are actually mines over here. So let's start scrolling. If I remember that correctly. But this remaster, it's only like 720p. I don't understand why they didn't bump all these games up to 1080. No idea. Probably a reason for it. And what I also read in the manual is I was asking myself like, how the hell do you actually reload the weapon? But there's indeed only one way, and that is equip and unequip. And then it will be reloaded. Alright, but now we see this area over here and I don't understand. Does that also... Yeah, this is like we're now going to Bolsaya Pass South. But there was also... So we are now in that passageway to the top right. But this is the lake we just came from. But to the top left, there is also like a passage. So I'm not sure whether they converge later on, these two, or whether one is simply a whole side area. Because I prefer to first do the side areas and then continue with the main campaign, the primary objective. Because that allows me to already gather more goodies, so to say. Oh shit, there's a dog even. Now I remember. But that allows for more items to find inside areas. Do I have a minesweeper? Yes, I do. But doing like side areas first allows you to yeah, pick up everything over there, and hopefully then you are like have like a more powerful arsenal when actually encountering the primary campaign bosses. Holy shit. Again, I'm not sure. I still have leeches, I think. My stamina is totally gone. Or holy shit, I have a lot of leeches. There's actually a little movie for it, but we already saw that in the previous one. Let's watch it anyways, just for fun and giggles. I do think I remember what I wanted to say earlier when I think I said that I didn't remember what I wanted to say. Like 10 minutes ago or something. Over here in this area. That is that also in the manual. It was remarked indeed that so there's a lot of stamina as an important attribute. And walking decreases it slower than before. For instance, running and also crawling is safe stamina. But what also is influencing it is the weight in the top right corner. So the lesser items you have equipped, the slower your stamina will decrease. So let's keep it slim. I don't need all these grenades and stuff currently. So let's keep it like that. And let's eat something.
I've had enough.
Noodles probably are super nice.
This is horrible.
Regenerates a lot, I think. I really need more food in my inventory because I think a boss fight is coming up. And I can use all the food and all the stamina I can get.
sick. I want some more.
Alright, so the ID now, I'm now backtracking here, is I do want to check out that passageway on the other side as well, see where that ends up, whether that's like a side area or not. And I actually also, before doing that, want to get some more animals, food. And maybe I am going to go with some crocodile meats. Let's just check it out, see if I can actually take them out. Yes. So, such a weird mechanic for holstering your weapon. I don't understand why there was not any other button combination possible. But it is what it is. Holy shit! That was the holy shit! Get the hell out of here, Stick! Getting like 2 centimeters besides a crocodile. The reason why I'm here is because there were snakes over here. And let's maybe also get a live snake. I can use that for guards. It will be fun. Alright, this is a live one. Let's take 2 live ones. Very nice. Yeah, so we're pretty good to go. Let's also take out, holy shit, this bugger. Again, I'm just trying to holster my weapon and it discharges. Alright, let's get to the other side. Ah, that was over there. Good work, Snake. Let's get those leeches off. Like so, and so, and so, and so. And we are good to go. Let's listen to the crocodile. I think paramedic already gave tips on the crocodile, but maybe not on the crocodile meat.
Snake, that area is inhabited by the poison dart frog. The poison dart frog is native to the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. They normally grow between 2 and 5 centimeters in length, but for some reason the ones in that area seem to be much bigger than that. Poison dart frogs are known to carry a potent neurotoxin called pomiliotoxin. Long ago, people used the poison to coat their arrows for hunting. Watch out, because if you eat one, you'll get food poisoning.
Alright, good to know. sorry, I have to replenish the tea. And I'm actually also hitting the episodes time duration average limit. Let's eat some crocodile. Let's see what it does.
Not too bad.
Alright, moderately. Anyways, I have to end the episode here. We'll continue in the next one, guys. Then we will be checking out this passage over here. Let's save the game just in case beforehand. Oh, god damn it. Such an idiot.
You want to save?
I'm curious whether paramedic will start quacking again.
Snake, have you ever seen For a Fistful of Dollars?
Yes.
Nope, never.
It's a spaghetti western.
Spaghetti western.
It's really cool, especially the main character's stylish gunplay.
Gunplay.
I saw it in England on the Major's recommendation, but it hasn't come out in the States yet. It's so cool. They'll bring it to America, I'm sure. You have to see it sometime.
Sure.
Alright. Yeah, that more or less concludes this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. And for the meantime, do not forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.